talking about? Big. Fuck this, man. I heard investment make the Forbes list. Amazon, the Rock Nation made investments himself. Go buy the building, don't be worried about the door split. Even if the mission get hard, you can't avoid it. You see me getting money, well, I'm just expressing myself. It's harder building on your own, you always welcome to help. Build a mastermind, group works in Napoleon Hill. You know.
All right, cool. Change Agent Podcast, we back, man. My name is Caleb.
Trav.
Cool, man. Today we have another amazing guest. I'm super excited about this guest specifically, man. We got Cantrell the legend, bro.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying, man? How you feeling,
I'm trying
bro?
to get like y'all.
Come on, man. Stop playing.
Honest.
Free mind CEO.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get
it's rare that we get a legend like yourself,
Come
bro.
on, man.
You know
Watch
what I'm saying? Just understand. Watch out. What
It
you
take
mean, man?
take two to know one.
Like, bro, like, quit playing.
Hey,
you know what
the
I'm saying?
funny thing
I
is,
need to start practicing accepting that.
it's okay though. I'm gonna tell you my first.
You gotta accept your greatness, bro.
I do.
That's the
You're
only
right.
thing I want you to walk
You're
away
right.
with from this conversation.
No, you're right.
Accept your greatness.
That's why I got on shades.
I'm gonna tell you my first Cantrell, the skate legend story.
Okay.
So there's this skate. It's not. I don't know if it's a competition or if it's like just a skating event. They do it every
You can call
year.
it an event. Just to
Every year it's in what is it? Statesboro?
Carrollton.
Okay.
Right. So I managed them. So I'm like, hey, what we doing? He's like, oh, we got this event. But he downplaying it the same way he downplaying right now. He's like,
Right.
oh no, I'm gonna go. I ain't been in a while. Whatever. Right. So we drive to Carrollton. Cool.
Uh-huh.
Like we get there. Oh my God, Cantrell's in the house. Hey, everybody, Cantrell's in the house. Bro, they treat this nigga like he was Michael Jordan the whole day. I'm talking
crazy.
about little kids, grown kids, adults,
Everybody taking
grandparents,
photos.
like
Everybody
the whole
giving him free food and all
night.
that. Autographs and all that.
The whole, and I'm talking about, don't get me wrong, we love everybody.
Yeah.
This is a skating rink, 90% white people
That's crazy.
treating him like Mick Jagger just walked in the building.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you really a big deal over here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I knew he was a pro skater, of course. And I knew he'd been the best skater since we was growing up.
Right.
But, bro, they treated him like for real. Like, Michael Jordan walked into LA Fitness.
That's crazy.
Like, imagine how that would be. That's
Yeah.
the way they were treating him. So,
I'm put you on the fire out
That's
the rip,
funny.
out the gate. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even 5 minutes into the episode, but who's your favorite artist that also skates?
Like roller skate.
Just any form of skating in general.
That's a good question. A lot of times, and that's what I think is dope about him bringing this up, is
Yeah.
because a lot of times they don't talk about that side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't, no matter what type of skating they do, they don't tell, nobody knows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what's dope about him bringing it up and continuing to bring it up and pushing me
Yeah.
to like bring it up more. And you asked me that question. That's what's dope because they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really pinpoint like a real favorite, but I'll say, Usher is an easy answer. I'll say Usher is an
I ain't
easy
even think
answer.
about that, bro.
Usher
And
is-
I knew he was going to go somewhere.
And it's like, that's the obvious one, but like, I'm thinking
Right.
like Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Rich the Kid is another toss-up.
Those are two of my
You know
first
what I'm
person
saying?
I
He
think
wasn't
of.
going that way.
Those are the first two people I thought of though.
That's crazy.
And then I thought of Lupe, of course. We just did.
Lupe is another one.
Yeah, we just honored Lupe.
You know
We're
what I'm
greatest
saying?
MC.
With all due respect.
And so, Steve first project on a major scale when we signed with, actually I wouldn't even mention him yet. He signed with Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
And this is how I found out, right? I went home to see my son. We it's in Albany. I'm like,
He finna
man,
get all his great stories.
Oh, I got all my
This
stores.
finna be
I
funny.
got all my stores. I got all my discs.
This finna be
I got
funny.
the disc bars. I got the stores. I got everything.
This might be a 3-part episode.
Hey, this is gonna be funny, dog. I'm gonna get some shit off my chest. So we go. I'm driving in Albany. So anybody who's been to Albany knows it's like 4 main roads. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm driving by the mall side where everything is.
Right.
They shooting a video over there in the parking lot. I'm talking about, and it's Albany, so it's not like a little video. Like this Motion Family, right?
Which video you talking about?
Keep yapping.
Yeah, it's Motion.
It's Motion Family.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Anthony Supreme.
Yeah, I was about to say Anthony
Yeah,
Supreme
shout out
directed
Anthony
it. Motion
Supreme.
Family produced it.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, bro, it's a lot going on over there.
Right.
That's funny.
But I'm driving by.
at Kmart parking
At the
lot.
Kmart parking lot. So I'm just driving by and I'm like,
That's crazy.
So then cool, I'm gone. Like, you know, I'm trying to get out of town anyway, right? So then I get on Instagram maybe an hour later, and it's on his story. I said, man, you shooting a video and didn't tell me? Like, I wasn't managing him, but our relationship has been 3 things since, like,
No, that's been a long time.
14, 15. Rap, sports, rap and sports as it involves our schools. So we went Westover, we went West Town. So I might come home from college or something. He might be working at Athlete's Foot, and I go buy some shoes. We have a 2-hour conversation in the store about, you know, the Lupe mixtape.
Right,
That's just always been our relationship.
Right.
So even though I don't talk to him every day and I'm traveling, I'm working, and he doing what he doing, you shooting a video.
And you ain't say nothing.
And you ain't say nothing. So we have a 30-minute talk there. He just telling me about, he still don't tell me he signed the Nas. Still don't tell me, right?
That's crazy.
Week later, he drops the mixtape release invitation and shoot it to me in the DMs like, hey man, you know, just wanted you to know.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at him like, oh no, I'm finna call you. I'm finna call you. So that's how I find out he signed the Nas, his first project in tribute to the skating rink.
Oh yeah, that they tore down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
The tearing down. Oh my God.
Let's talk about
not
the
even
name
that.
of the skating rink first.
just the name of the project, like what the name kind of meant to you.
Shout out to Mischief Boy. He was really pushing me to name the project Stardust to Angels.
Little Max X.
Little Max.
Man, shout out my boy Max.
Yeah, man, that's my dog. I miss my dog, man.
Yeah.
He was really pushing me to name the project Stardust to Angels.
Yeah.
It's an amazing, I knew it was an amazing idea. I just was like, do I want to do that this early? I got some other ideas in mind. And I'm glad he did, because now we have probably the only, if not the best photo of that rink now since it's been torn down. And we named it after my home rink, Stardust 2 Skate Center. And the story was just Stardust representing home or sense of home for me, literally, physically, geographically, Albany. And going out on a whim, flying to LA to meet some dudes, some white dudes I never knew. You know what I'm saying? Trusting them trusting me.
Right.
And coming back with something. Mm-hmm. And that's really essentially what the story encompassed.
Yeah.
And it was a genius idea. I just know I didn't know if I wanted to do it that early. I'm always hesitant with stuff, you know. But I'm glad they did, because now we have Kendrick Carter. He took the picture, and it's the only, if not the best photo we have now since the rink been torn.
Yeah.
And I grew up there. It's like my first time skating, I was 4. I've been wanting to get back. Wow. We didn't really celebrate birthdays when I was growing up. Yeah. So, but then my mama was like, what you want to do? I was like, well, I've been itching to get back to the skating rink. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, give your boy a skate rink party. And I went when I was 9, and I ain't stopped skating since.
And that was, just like to give some context, dog, the skating rink in Albany, especially in that time, you know, this pre-social media, this like selfie museums and all this stuff that people do now.
Yeah.
Like the Friday night football game, Saturday night at the rink, Saturday night at the movies. And the movies in the skating rink like less than a mile apart. Yeah. Right. So them where you made your name at, one way or the other. Right. So either you was nice at skating, you had all the girls and you couldn't skate, you could hoop, you played football, you could fight at the movies. Yeah. Or you had the baddest thing walking through the movies. Like, that was our stage every year. And Lil Steve was the man.
That's funny.
always, and since as long as I can remember. So, you know, once he sent me that and then we started talking about the project, I flew out for the party.
In New York.
And then I flew back and we had the party in Albany.
Was Albany first or Atlanta?
It was Atlanta, then Albany. You're right.
Yeah.
But it was just, you know, this is like a culmination. It's crazy because it was almost like it was our dream together, even though I wasn't directly attached to it at the time. It's just, and
I think that's how the whole city felt. Like, they probably felt like that moment of somebody signing the Nas. And I don't even know if all them kids know who Nas is. Yeah. They just saw all the attention. They was like, I want to be a part of this. I feel a part of this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We capped out the rink for the party. So I feel like everybody in Albany felt the same way. I feel like some of them still do feel the same way, but you know.
So what's the transition? Or not even a transition. How does somebody become so elite at skating to be a pro skater and so elite at rapping to be signed by one of the best rappers of all time?
I don't know if it's a transition as much as it is just life course and God's timing.
Yeah.
Because I was always doing both at the same time. I started taking both a little bit more serious at the same time. We started a skate crew when I was like 12, 13. I started writing my first, lyrics when I was 13. What's funny, I guess, about that is my first lyrics I wrote weren't mine, that I wrote on paper. I was trying to impress, God rest JT's soul. I was trying to impress a dude named JT. He was in the hallway, they rapping, then we get into this dude math class and they rapping in the back of the class. I'm like, I want to be a part of whatever they doing. So I went home, I wanted to impress them to let me rap with them. First thing I did was write somebody else's lyrics.
Wow.
But I was also like, of course I started writing my own after that, right?
Yeah.
But I also, same summer, later, we formed a skate team. I met my best friend, Jason Beck. We formed a skate team. You know what I mean? I'm starting to get, I want to dance for real. You know what I mean? I just started doing everything at the same time. Certain things just started happening first or before the other. So I just think it was timing and just life course. You just never know what's gonna happen first.
Now, and I'm not gonna hog the questions, but now, as your manager, as your friend, there's certain things that you just do so effortlessly, and I be wanting, like Steve is 7 niggas in one neighborhood.
That's funny.
And what I mean by that is he's a pro skater, he's a rapper, he played D1 football, he's fighting in gangs at some point.
That's funny.
He also had the best, probably second, shoe collection.
I had the best shoe collection.
He's a pro dance, like choreographed dance, like all of that. And then
8 counts and stuff.
And then play baseball.
Bro.
Like, I'm talking about all at a high level.
I ain't even know about the baseball part.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I chose football over baseball for college.
Well, you really Allen Iverson. That's
No,
crazy.
slick, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
slick,
just
slick.
submerging into everything. Like,
And it's like, it's so much. How do you not get, like, confused? Like, how do you hone all these skills and stay tapped into so many different passions?
That's such a good question. It's actually tough not to get confused. To use something that I've been dealing with lately to tie to what you just said, I just realized I battle with imposter syndrome all my life. You know how people wake up one day, they 35 and they dealing with it, they 25 and they dealing with it. I look back, God showed me like a flash of my life. I was like, hey, you've been dealing with this your entire life. I started seeing panic attacks on the baseball field because I missed the game-winning catch and I catch everything. And tying that to like, maybe I'm not deserving when you call me what you call me. You know what I mean? I'm like, no. I'm like, I need to practice that because that's my opportunity to beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually tough to not get confused now that I know what I know.
right.
I thought it was always easy, but I have my phases. Like he has this joke that I create in bulk. So I'm a skate in bulk. I'm gonna make music in bulk. I'm gonna do graphics or whatever in bulk, and then I'm on to the next. And I think just that up and down, that roller coaster is not always seamless. Sometimes it is confusion, I think. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to stick.
I'm gonna speak on something you said just stuck out to me. You said you do a lot of things in bulk, like your last project, for example. Like you recording that in a short amount of time, right?
Yeah,
Like
essentially.
how many days was it? You said
Essentially, it was 3 weeks.
your last project, your entire project, 3 weeks. Like
Essentially,
First full album.
Yeah, that's my first full album
in
too.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
It's
I
21
started
days.
21 days. It was really probably about literally 21 days. Literally 21. The bulk of it for sure. I had the first song I recorded that I thought might do something or like be on it was like a year ago. Well, a year before releasing it. But I didn't know I just knew it was a special song. It was one of my favorite songs. But it didn't even make it. So the bulk of everything was essentially done like 21 days.
And to put that in context, bro, you gotta think, that's like somebody literally sitting down and writing a book in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Now,
revisions,
Revisions.
edits, punctuation,
As many as
making
I
sure
could.
everything tighten up.
Yeah.
Like that's not like for something that may take 6 months to a year for your average person. He did that in 3 weeks. Like that's unheard
It was
of,
tough
so.
though. It was taxing on me. Like afterwards, I was burnt out. You know, and probably for some, I would have been good. It was some other things too, but I decided to wear them all.
Right.
But it was taxing too, and I think it's supposed to be. I think when you empty yourself in such a short period of time in anything,
Yeah.
it can be it's taxing. You do a week worth of workouts in one day, your body gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it was taxing, but I wouldn't change it. I think it revealed a lot. I wouldn't change it at all, for sure.
Now I'm gonna get in my diss bag. So, Thank You for the Tragedy is the album that we talking about.
Yeah.
I probably have.
Shout out to Genius Distro for.
Yep.
Shout out to Genius, shout out to Rob Martman.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to David, Luke. Shout out to Alex. Like, shout out to everybody who helped.
Shout out my
the
daughter
guys.
7.
Make that a thing. But I think Thank You for the Tragedy is, I probably have 10 projects of yours in my collection.
Yeah, that sound about right.
About 10.
That's why he felt the way about me not telling him I was signed. Because I've been sending him music since like 2009. Before I was good, I was sending him music. Yeah.
Right? Like, I still got projects on my phone, literally on my phone, not like on a hard drive or on a computer somewhere. I got projects on my phone from like 2011.
Yeah.
So, you know, he ain't tell me that though, but whatever. Let's get off of that. But Thank You for the Tragedy is my favorite project.
Yeah, mine too.
It's my favorite. And I don't even know how I would rank the other ones, but it's my favorite one. And since that's the last one, we're going in reverse. What is the overall inspiration how did you get to Thank You for the Tragedy?
How did I get to Thank You for the Tragedies? And trying to figure out how to live with them.
Yeah.
And survive through them. And after that, try to learn how to be grateful. You know what I'm saying? It literally is how I try to live my life.
Yeah.
I try to be grateful for every day, and I try to find the good in what happened. And if I can't, I know it'll at least a good song could come out of it, and that'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it may be, and that's literally what it kind of encapsulates. It's just going through the hills and valleys and finding gratitude in grief, and gratitude, I guess, about grief. Just dealing with loss of friends, loss of ideals, battling beliefs, you know what I'm saying? Just lost in so many different ways and grieving it, but also trying to find the gratitude in it.
Yeah.
So a lot of living, a lot of hurting, a lot of unlearning now, you know, and relearning.
What's the biggest tragedy?
That's in the project?
Yeah.
Man, I would say it's 3 of them. And they're actually the whole point of the arc. So the project in 13 tracks goes in the arc, and it's a mirror. So track 1 mirrors track 13. And it kind of comes in, and those 2 songs actually have a skit together. They are mirrors of each other. And I tried to sign off as many alarms as I could. So in Lucky Lady, anytime you hear me talk about a person, place, or thing, it can be either one. So in Lucky Lady isn't just about a lucky lady. It's about the things I wrapped around to in Skulls and Crosses, track 12, and Lucky Lady is track 2. So that's the mirror. And so I want to say at the end, I said like a letter to the woman that broke my heart, to the city I got my start, to the game I can't depart. Thank you. And those 3 different things at 3 different times are probably would you say the worst tragedies or the best tragedies? Whichever one you said, those are probably together. Because like one, just seeing how the game ain't what I thought it would be.
Right.
And didn't treat me how I thought I should have been treated. The girl the same way. The city the same way. So you remember we was talking about that hive packing out the skating rink, and then after that, a year and a half later, we barely had anybody at the racetrack. And there's a lot of reasons for that. It's just kind of the nature. It's like they on you when you up, as they should be, because that's where they get their inspiration from. That's where we got our inspiration from. You know what I'm saying? So all 3 of those things together, I think, since I put them in the project together, I think all those would be together the ultimate tragedies in that project. And in my life that I put in that project.
Got it.
Religion too, actually. That's in there too.
While he do that, I'm gonna just say this too, bro. Just to shift gears a little bit, man. Taking it back to like you know, even our origin story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've expressed this to you before.
Yeah.
But like, you know, just to kind of say this out loud, bro, like, you know, a lot of this don't happen without you.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it,
Yeah.
you know? And so when I say that, like a lot of our early videos, you know, with, you know, shout out Jarrell with Open Season.
Yeah.
And some of those guys are just like, we were shooting those videos, you know, Trav was kind of managing you and, you know, just that chemistry or dynamic that we had between the three of us, like that created a beautiful storm, you know what I'm saying? And that beautiful storm created, you know, the HBUC. So, you know, for one, I just appreciate you just, you know, acknowledging and just seeing and believing in us, you know, just as creators of, you know, the visuals for your music.
Yeah.
You know, like what was that process going into, like, you know, choosing us for versus, you know, any other production team that you were exposed to at the time? Like, what was that process like for you?
And it's crazy because y'all in that same, the where he started with Stardust, that's the same, our origin story is in the same project.
Right.
Man, so I did a record with Alex.
Yeah.
Called Empty Space.
Yeah.
And he had Jarrell shoot it. I can't remember why you weren't there that day, which is funny.
So I think during that shoot, at the time, like he wanted to kind of like shoot and direct it on his own because he had like a clear vision of what he wanted.
And it was kind of running gun too. So
it was running gun, and it was just something that he was doing in his own, shot and edited by himself.
Yeah.
And he had a relationship with you. You know, shout out Chancellor and Lex.
Yeah, shout out to Chancellor and Lex.
He had a relationship with all three of you guys, and so he shot it on his own. And you know, I don't exactly know what happened after that, but for the next couple of videos,
and that's the cool part about it. Like,
so the next
for whatever
couple videos,
reason you weren't able to be there, right?
Yeah.
And he when it was time to film my part, he just was giving me all my flowers for being a dope performer on camera.
Yeah, right.
And then of course I saw the work, and I was like, well, it just makes sense, you know. I was like, well, I like working. This is how, you know, this is what we like to do. We like to work with good people. And we like to work with good on both sides, like good at what they do and good people.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I ain't finna go shopping nowhere else. Like, he's cool.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works, right? Yeah. So I'm reaching out to him to try to figure out what the dynamic is like.
Yeah.
And so I was voting for y'all to shoot Keep Yapping.
Yeah.
And the label wanted to go. I guess they had a relationship with Motion Family at the time. And Sebastian, shout out to Sebastian.
Yeah.
And we went that route, brought in Anthony Supreme, shout out Anthony, you already did that.
Yeah.
But, I was fighting, I was actually campaigning for y'all to shoot Keep Yapping.
Right.
So when it was my turn to pick who I wanted to work with, you know what I'm saying? Which shout out to them because they gave me a lot of control.
Right.
First thing I did was call Open Season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, Jarrell couldn't make it. And so you came by yourself, and that's when I met you to Albany.
It's crazy. So like, you know, from that situation specifically, bro, like I saw Keep Yapping, I saw Empty Space, and I saw what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a whole different direction on like what I wanted to do and the imprint that I wanted to make just on not only your project, but just, you know, just mass appeal in general. It's just like, bro, like I don't even know if you know this, but like I took off like 2 or 3 days of work.
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm calling in sick. Like, yo, like I can't make it. Like I'm fucking fucked up. Like I'm sick.
Yeah.
Drove down, bro, Dolo.
Wow.
Like packed up the truck. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 2001 Toyota Sequoia. You know what I'm saying? Like, and drove down to Albany. And like, we knocked it out. You know what I'm saying? And
I did not know that.
Yeah. Like, you know, I took out work just to make that shit shake.
Yeah.
And like that's, to this day, bro, that's my first like ever label video.
Wow,
you know
that's crazy. I didn't know that neither.
That's my first label video.
Damn.
Yep, with Mass Appeal.
And then we did like 8 more after that.
Yep.
That's crazy. So what's this? What video is that?
That was Motown.
That's Motown.
Motown.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so then,
that was the first one.
Then we go from that to D-Nail.
Yep.
Yep. Devil Never Even Live.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Devil Never Even Live is where I meet you.
Yep.
Yep. We shot No It's Wrong
No It's
at
Wrong.
your house.
Yep.
Was that your house?
Yeah, that was at my
I
house.
just want to make sure.
Bro, that was a cold ass night.
That was cold.
And long.
Yeah, buddy.
And before we even got to that video, right?
Yeah.
Like we shot another video. I'm not gonna say the studio that we was at,
Yeah.
right? But you know, for this other studio we was at, bro, right? So again, you created this beautiful storm, right? Yeah. So we in this space, you know, Trav looking around, and like we looking at, you know, the psych wall and all this gear and shit that we renting out, and we paying. Like, it's an add-on for this, it's an add-on for that. Like, oh, we need more time for this. Trav pulled me to the side. He look, bro, like, we just do this shit ourselves, bro. Like, we ain't got to keep renting this
Like
shit.
that minute, dog.
Like that minute.
That's crazy.
In real time.
Cause it was
In real time.
Yeah, it was a lot.
He like, yo, bro, like, it's just a lot doing this shit here.
Yeah.
Like, what if we had our own shit?
Yep.
3 years later, here we are. 4 years
It's
later,
crazy.
here
I
we
did
are.
it the same way.
Yeah.
Exact same way.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember exactly when you did it to me. I got it on video.
You got it on video?
I have it on video.
That
I don't
is
have you actually
crazy.
saying it on video, but I have the moment on video.
That is crazy. I can't even remember the moment. I only remember.
It's a New York trip.
No, it was before that.
No, we was dancing.
Cause I was talking. I was at JT's the night before his funeral. I was on the phone with you that day, all day talking to you about. So I don't remember what the inception moment was, cause then that happened, and then New York. Cause I really wanted everybody to come to New York to see the camaraderie and just how they moved in that building, and just how everybody's just working.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
shout
yo,
out to Mass Appeal, man.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
Shout out Mass.
We get, you know, Mass Appeal is such an underlying part of the story.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, wherever the music business side of it went, for whatever reasons, like, this was our journey.
Yeah.
That's no slack to them. We were supposed to get to where we are now.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have happened if we didn't, you know, at some point break away from them.
Yeah.
But, like, just think about this. Mass Appeal is your first label video.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Mass Appeal
Still.
is also my first label video working in the business, and
Yeah.
it was at your house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cause I didn't do more time. I didn't even do the first round of D-Nail
Yeah,
videos.
you didn't
Right.
I don't think you were there for 4-5.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the moment was when we really said, okay, we're gonna do it. And this is how I know it was New York, because K was with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're sitting at the table. So, and this when, you know, Steve had his process of, hey, I want a space for me to record out of, and for, you know, the marketing side of the team to be everybody to be here together. Cause he had a team already. Like, I was the last piece to the puzzle, to be honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had Smart, he had K, he had Kendrick, he had all these people. But then when we went there and we went into the Mass Appeal, they had a WeWork space in is it Harlem?
Yeah, essentially.
It's in Harlem. Chinatown. It's in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Or it was. I don't know if it's still there. And
Chinatown's around the corner, I believe.
and we sitting at the table and they got this nice mirror on the back, and Steve is sitting across from me. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna call this nigga Cantrell. Steve's sitting across from me, and I'm like, I'm really documenting most of this as a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even though I had relationships and everything, I had never been this close to
The action.
the
in a
action
sense.
of the game
Yeah.
that we love. Like, we watch Fade to Black a million times. Like,
Right.
this is my Fade to Black moment. This is me following the young, amazing lyricists and working with them, and we're building out this dream now.
Right.
Right? And I'll get back to that, because there's something on camera that I want to say that I've never said to you about that. But we'll get back to that. So we're sitting there, and I'm just like, yeah, bro, you right. But we can do more. And at this point, I didn't even know, like, Mass Appeal had an upstairs where you can go shoot content. Like, they had a lot of stuff that we have
Yeah.
that I didn't even know they had at the time. But then my mind just started wondering. Then we
Yeah.
come back from this trip, and I'm like, yo, we gonna do this. Like, I don't know when we gonna do it. We thought we was gonna go sell platinum records with Mass Appeal, and that money was gonna pay for us to go get our own spot. Like, that was the original goal.
Yeah.
But then we come back from that New York trip, and 12 called me as soon as we got back, because 12 is just like us, like, just our love for this game.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I'm recording at this studio, come to the studio.
Yeah.
And I go to the studio, and it's Third Eye.
That's crazy.
That's
so
crazy.
all of this happens in
I
a
didn't know
24
that
hours.
either.
I ain't know that either.
In a 24-hour time span.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then it just, my mind just,
Yeah,
and that's how we go.
that is crazy.
Now
Wow.
that we there, Devil Never Even Lived. Because we're going to kind of run through these quick, so it's not a 3-hour interview. But Devil Never Even Lived.
Yeah.
I feel like Devil Never Even Lived is the most important project of your career.
Why you say that?
It's the pivot.
Pivot from into what?
I think Devil Never Even Lived is where us, because now we're a team now.
Yeah.
It's where we realize we didn't have that straight roll we thought we was going to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you made the records that they say you're supposed to make.
Yeah.
You did everything right.
Yeah.
You had 7 videos shot with an amazing production team that had narrative and all of these different pieces and
Videos tying into each other and
everything.
Yeah, boy.
Everything that people are doing now.
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
That's highlighted.
Even the way the videos look.
Yeah.
Like we did a lot of that.
Bro, we was doing that 3-4 years ago.
before it became the look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did all of this.
I didn't know who Zach Fox was at the time.
Right.
And that's who I think, some people that probably get it from us too. But, you know what I'm saying? Other people probably,
That's who get the credit.
that's who get the credit.
Yeah.
If they give him the credit.
Then,
Right,
Keep going, my
right,
bad,
right.
I'm sorry.
then I'm looking
That's
at
real. That's real.
I'm looking at it, and I know the girls that the verses are about.
Yeah.
I know the places and the homeboys that like everything is supposed to line up. Like this is the one that's supposed to work,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's the most important. How do
Yeah,
you feel about
that's
that
true.
project now?
Man, it was at the time it was my favorite project. At the time it was my thank you for the tragedy. Like, oh, I'm finally making the music I want to listen to, right? But another great question, it's hard for me to listen to it because those memories are attached to it.
Yeah.
It's like I did everything right. Label was excited about the music they had heard. I finally got landed a booking agent to book me some shows. They were like, oh, we can put you on any freaking tour. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that came from me making that music that I love. Even to the city. It's like all those thoughts and feelings you have, I expected that times 75,000 people. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel me because I'm putting where I'm from in this album, but I'm also making it that the world can listen to.
And that's first tour.
Yeah, I did my first tour after that.
Like-
So I just thought it was I was like, oh, we out of here. Yeah, and I heard all the chatter on tour too.
Yeah.
My merch sold out 3 different times. I was the first person to sell out of merch on tour.
Yeah.
But I was the second act, so I was unknown essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what was going on. And I heard all the competitive talk, not from us, we was brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shout out to the Starter
yeah.
5. But
Shout out
I
to
heard the
Starter
people
5.
that
Shout out to all my
surround
Shout out
All my
Stro.
guys.
Stro, Esri,
All them
Fee,
guys, man.
the OG, Fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Like
yeah.
real motherfucking lyricists, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
we gotta
and
bring
real
that
good
shit
dudes too. So
back. Real good dudes.
Bro, but everything was lined up
Yeah.
like you had the tour, then you had the final show in Atlanta,
sold out.
sold out.
Yeah.
Then we had Sway,
Yeah.
and he went crazy. Like every piece that's supposed to line up.
Everything they say you're supposed to do, I fucking did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to listen to, not because the music is bad or I feel like I outgrew the music. It's because of everything that didn't happen after.
Yeah.
And not even just directly after. Like, shout out to Jackie for believing in me at ICM when she was at ICM.
Shout out to Jackie.
But that's also also puts a bad taste in my mouth too. It's like part of the counsel I got on us deciding to go our separate ways from Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
Nobody else is in the fold. Nobody.
Wow.
So it's like the project that got all these things that we said, oh, we finna be out of here. Everybody that had something to say about what I should do, none of them are here.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to listen to the projects. It's like, all them bad memories are attached to it.
Then,
Yeah.
bro, and then it's like to take it kind of away from us. That project dropped on the 30th. Nipsey get killed on 31st. Like, it's so much. We
Yeah.
went through so much in that 5-month window
Yeah.
that, it's crazy. But I still feel like
The breakup,
the breakup.
everything essentially that happened, that's the tragedies,
Yeah.
they all essentially happened in that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's crazy.
year. And
That was
then
crazy, yeah.
you come off that year into the pandemic.
That's crazy. What a timeline, dog.
Timeline is crazy. One thing I've learned throughout all of this is that we got to be more attached to the journey
Yeah,
than the destination.
that's true.
And that's what the reality has been, not only for you, but for us too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've dealt with like some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that you could think of, every single emotion we've dealt with, right? But, you know, just being attached to the journey and realizing that it's peaks and valleys through everything. It's gonna be moments where it's good, it's gonna be moments where it's bad.
Yeah.
But that's a part of the game that we playing. That's part of life.
Part of the game.
So, you know, that's
where
one
I'm at
thing
now.
that I've learned from just watching your journey, bro.
Yeah.
And, you know, just quietly just being inspired from what you've been doing, you know, like in a limelight or not. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing all of that and just, again, like appreciating the journey
Yeah.
and striving for just creating art, bro.
Yeah.
Like being a real creative, like skating, like writing music, making music, you know, sometimes creating content, but like just really doing what your heart, you know, truly desires.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My favorite bar that he's ever said
This
is,
should be interesting.
nigga, this is art, not content.
Facts.
Beware too?
Beware too.
Yeah.
Why is that line why was that line so necessary to you? I know why it's necessary to
Yeah.
me.
Because no matter what, which one mine? This one?
Yeah.
So no matter what people try to say
Right.
about what what they mean when they say they want artists to make content, I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that because that's not what they meant. They're backtracking.
Right.
They wanted to pigeonhole artists into this. This is what they always do. At one point it was, oh, you got to make a radio record, and then it was you got to do this, then it was got to do that. Now you got to make yourself look like a donkey on TikTok or whatever.
Like,
You know, that's what they meant, and they're trying to act like that's not what they meant. And that was my gripe. It's just no. This is art.
Right.
This is something people should be paying for, bidding for. Just everything that we all do. Everybody sitting here, everybody in this room, and everybody parallel and adjacent. What we do is fine art.
Right.
No, we're not finna go make ourselves look silly. Not just our artists, but the people. It's like, bro,
They want you to do the minstrel show.
they want you to do the minstrel show. Y'all too.
Yeah, bro.
They are
for real.
they have now got it where people and Chance to put me up on this and my
Yeah.
spirit align with it in the worst ways. And
Yeah.
now we watching it happen. They're putting now they have rates for reels. Now they have rates for short form, they're calling it short form music videos. It's
Crazy,
just
bro.
Cutting the dope,
to
bro.
film content. And it's like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like but there's
And Apple is
creative
the biggest culprit.
Yeah.
there's creative ways to do what y'all trying to tell us to do, but that's a effed up way to do what you're trying to tell us
That's
to do.
not it.
You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
this the irony. I think that's our first fight as a team.
Think so?
So, I just told you this nigga he's 7 niggas in the neighborhood. Right?
That's
so I'm looking at it, and granted, I'm a fan, and everything we do is for the freedom of expression, the freedom of art.
Yep.
Do not fuck with our culture.
Yep.
That's like that's literally the point of this merch. That's the point of the name of his record company, Free Minds Music. Like, that's the point we do everything for, right? But I'm also his manager. And I remember, I'm like, bro, at some point, we have to do this TikTok social media thing our way, but we got to do it. We can't just say, oh, they trying to make us dance, fuck everything.
Yeah.
And I was
I'm going
like,
inside. I'm going in the house. No. Yeah.
and I was like, bro, nigga, you skate. Do some TikToks with your music and the skating. I'm not telling you to skate because it's cliche to skate.
Yeah.
I'm telling you to skate because you skate.
Yeah.
And this will connect.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that you can tie 2 of your passions in your own way at scale and do it.
Yeah.
And I really feel like part of that bar, part of that, some of those projects, some of the bars in those projects around that time is based off of that initial conversation or that initial disagreement.
Yeah.
And what I love by that is we get to have those disagreements.
Yeah.
but we know that we're trying to get to the same place.
Yeah.
So it don't fuck up.
And
the
that's what makes me
relationship.
go out and say it, like, cause he think I dissed him.
He dissed me like 30 times.
See, he lying, y'all. Do not believe this guy. So it's like, let's say he thought that's what one of the disses was.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In actuality, and it's not in actuality. 'Cause
I don't count that one, by the way.
Right. See, so but if hypothetically, if you did, for me, it wouldn't have been that. Just for people watching, it's like, yeah, I didn't take that moment and say, yeah, I'm gonna say this because my manager's trying to make me do it. Everybody is stupid. Artists were stupid.
Right.
Niggas out here going public about what they disagreeing with their management about. I never moved like that. It was more so like, I get where he's trying to go, so I'm gonna go shout it from the rooftops in the music. You know what I'm saying? And not even just him. It just that disagreement, I don't even remember it. But that disagreement, I know in the moment, I remember the feelings. It made me feel like it was the first time I saw the battle that was coming.
Yeah.
Because now we got AI that we fighting against. Like that was the first time I saw, it's finna be a fight out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me say, you know what, let me put this on wax now, so it'll be there if anybody happens to hear it or needs to hear it.
And I hate TikTok.
Yeah.
Like,
I just forget it exists.
I'm a person who can't, like, I've probably spent an hour in totality on TikTok. In
That's
my
funny.
entire life, I've spent maybe an hour.
Hey man, shout out TikTok. TikTok lit now.
Bro, I be forgetting.
TikTok
I be
lit.
forgetting it's on my phone.
But I've always been the person, like, even with us doing podcasts and all this content, Caleb found the best content creator that don't shoot. Facts.
yeah, I
But-
can agree. Just sitting here listening to y'all now. It's
This
like,
man got 5 original shows that he hasn't shot not once. Like, put that into perspective. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's hard.
Hey,
Like,
dog, I'm like, hey, Diddy don't touch the board. Like, that's how I look
That's a
at
good
it.
one.
But I just, I never wanted to be on camera.
Yeah.
So things that are predominantly about being on camera, it's just things that I always get too late.
Yeah.
Like, even when I first started managing this, he had to tell me how to clean my Instagram up. Like, I didn't care about, my Instagram looked like an ad page back then. Like, it was all screenshots.
Spam and-
like, the crazy shit is because Just a Little Boy page is lit.
Yeah.
That's how my page looked. It was all quotes. Not in the right frame, not scaled the right way, clarity. They ain't care about none of that.
That's funny.
but I think for him, like, all of his stuff is like uniform. So that's the difference.
Yeah. That's the difference. But, I also was like, even like with Thank You for the Tragedy, one of the best things I love about the way we feel about art and the way we are as a team is, like, we went into this last project and I said, say whatever I've done wrong to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diss me.
I remember you telling me that, so I can actually fact check this, guys. Like, man, this all real. This
I
all
think
real.
people think I don't want disagreements or I think I'm always right. No, I want you to disagree. I want people
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
who can disagree.
Yeah.
And not get mad and not ruin a relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
I also want to be wrong because that's how I can learn.
Right.
But I think the beauty of our relationship and what's fucked up about culture now is if you disagree with me or if you say something that's counter to what I say or that I don't like, now I gotta hate you.
Yeah.
We was able to have that conversation. He can go say whatever he wants
Yeah.
about me. Because I know it's coming from a place of creativity and love and hurt from whatever I said, just like he know what I'm saying is coming from creativity, love, and hurt. So it's not malicious. But you got to be, art has to be honest.
Yeah.
If nothing else, art has to be honest. The minute it stops being honest is when it's content.
Right.
I think
true.
that's the difference.
I like that.
That's facts.
I like that.
So
I like that. I like that.
do you feel like, as where we are now, how does an artist maintain the integrity in their art but still play this game? Because you have to play this game to a certain extent.
You do. That's why I got on shades. I'm trying to try harder, because rappers wear shades, That's what they do. They wear shades. I keep losing my jewelry, so I might not buy or accept another gift, because I keep losing gifts. I might not do that. So shades might be my new way of trying.
Bet.
Trying to try harder, because
But what-
rappers try too hard.
So what you're saying is you got to start trying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. In a way, yeah. And I think what, to speak to your initial question, I think is, we have to not be afraid of the future so that we can create for it, if that makes sense. So like,
That's a bar.
if appreciate you. You know, we've been right.
You're right.
Yeah, we've been
You
right.
can't be afraid of the future so you can create for said future.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
it's like
Don't fuck with him on
Like-
your album. Man.
like the
Hey,
space like the space I'm in
Don't
now.
let me get an album mode.
Like the space I'm in now speaks to the space you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And it's like just creating from the heart and creating what my heart desires, right? But the context that comes with that is I can't be afraid of the future because I have to create for it, both short term and long term. So
Yeah.
I have to give myself time to go make 100 records. I have to go give myself time to pick our favorites. I have to give myself time to go shoot for it, because that's when it becomes everything's in disarray.
Yeah.
When artists are moving and being artsy fartsy, and then somebody says you got to make more content, and it's like we're so attached to this thing. But if you give yourself a moment and give yourself time to make it, just speaking for short term, make it first. You initially get detached from it. How many times have we heard Kendrick say before when he started personal? Yeah, man, we tired of listening to it.
Yeah.
He's been working on detaching himself from it, so he can go do what he needs to do with it.
I'm not gonna lie. Every project we've done together, the first month I don't listen to it. Like the
makes
first month after it come out, I listen to it like the first week.
Yeah.
You know, because it's new, it's on DSPs, it's all in one space.
Just being in the moment with everybody, yeah.
But then after that, I can't listen to it, and that's how I decide what I love the most, what songs I love the most, which ones I come back to the most.
But picture me having that time after making it before anybody hears it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like just preparing and using that to kind of be deeper with it and speak long term is just take that same thing, draw a parallel. You know what I'm saying?
So do you
in
think
your
our
life.
recording process has been wrong the last 4 or 5 projects? Because we normally record, and within a month it come out.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I think with us being, I don't think we've been, and myself included, have been conscious of the type of artist I am and person and human I am. Whereas the fact that works for a lot of people, that process don't work for me. Because I put so much into it, I need to be poured back into.
Right.
And I don't give myself the time to pour back into myself.
Yeah.
So I'm running out there on empty fumes. And eventually, gonna cramp up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't been properly hydrating yourself and you go out there and play a whole football game both sides.
And I think that speaks to something too. Like, you're the most natural star I've ever seen, like up close. Whereas like when it's time for you to be on, like we went to shows where you was almost dying in the car. And then you get on stage and it's like, this nigga was lying. This nigga was fake.
Nose clear and everything. Yeah, that's crazy.
And you know, we go to
God.
Sway or whatever, and we got a 14-hour press day. A 14-hour video day is long. A 14-hour press day is way longer because you hit 10 spots in 14 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
And you be dog tired. But like the way you find your light when the camera come on, or when you meet somebody, or when it's time to be rapper Steve, you do that so well that I think it's hard for anybody to have been conscious that you need that break.
It's like Jordan. He said, maybe I made it look too easy. That's how I feel.
Maybe it's my fault.
Maybe it's my fault. And that's part of me wearing it, because there is, in it, is a way that I can take accountability and be better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's nobody's fault but my own.
Yeah.
Because I'm only responsible for myself.
Do you think having 7 made you realize that more?
Which
like,
part? Realize what?
That you need that break after. Because I think we kind of was forced into that break after this project.
I don't know, because she got here after we did the first Beware. And that forced me into it, just trying to, be different than how I was raised and be present. You know what I'm saying? Be a present father.
One of the most proud and disappointing moments as a manager
right.
of the whole time I've been
imagine.
managing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because you gotta think about it, bro. Beware came out March
2021.
March, what? 7th?
Yeah.
Or March 6th, somewhere around there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We shot Chris Brown. For context, Caleb, Beware comes out March 2021.
Right.
March 6th. I'm almost sure.
Wish I had my phone.
Or March 7th. Somewhere around there, right? We shoot Chris Brown March 16th.
Yeah.
So officially the studio opened March, the 2 weeks after this project
Was
came
it out? Cause I know we shot Hear Me Now like a week before.
We
y'all
shot Hear Me Now in February.
That one like a week before y'all shot Chris Brown?
It was probably the last video, but we shot over the course of like 6 weeks.
Okay.
So we shot all the Beware videos. Then we shot, cause remember, Jarrell came and did, what's the second song on Beware?
This time around?
This time around.
Yeah, facts.
So Jarrell shot
At the hotels.
at the hotels, and then we shot the last scene on the other side of here in the lofts.
Yeah.
And that's when he saw it, and that's how we got Chris Brown. So all that stuff is in a vacuum.
Yeah.
It drops, we get the studio, he don't rap again for 9 months. So now, when you think about it, he took 9 months off for his kid. His kid was born, and to go through that process.
Yeah.
But as a manager, as us all getting this new studio,
Yeah.
hey, bro, we gotta run it up. Like, we just got this 20,000 square foot country club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta run it up.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that's the first time you realize, or maybe not even realize, that's the first time you was forced, for whatever reason, to just go sit and say to hell with everybody else, I gotta do this right now.
I don't think that one was when I was forced. I do think that's when I decided. And before I decided, I was able to live with it, which is probably why me and him didn't argue about it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I knew I was accepting of any repercussions that would have came for that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if it's gonna be different, it's gotta start now. I can make up this time later. You know what I'm saying? But I can't make up is if I start a bad habit this early. Because no matter how much we want to fight it, both our parents are in us, no matter how little we're around them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I decided, and it's funny, I don't know if you know this. You probably don't know this. I know you don't know this, because if I ain't tell him, I just don't know if y'all know this, right? When y'all were shooting Conway and Jid for Fallon.
So Fallon.
Kay water broke that night while I was here.
Oh.
I didn't feel no type of way. She didn't feel no type of way. But it's just cool. It's just cool to throw in there where we at now. Her water broke while I was here.
Yeah, you never said
And I
that.
didn't get back till whenever, I got back like 3 in the morning. Wow. And she was, she was at the crib. But it's okay, because she didn't know for real neither. And then, so it's like I was thrown into it from there. So I was trying to make all these decisions while I'm there mentally, like, okay.
Hold on, so you knew why you was there and you stayed?
Nah.
Oh.
I didn't know.
I was about to say, well, you an animal.
Nah, I didn't know. That's why I say, it's okay, because I didn't know.
So at what point in the night did you know? And what
like
ensued after that?
late, probably an hour after I got to the crib.
Yeah.
I probably got back like 2, 3, I don't know. I know it was late. It was a late shoot, so it was a late night. And then like maybe an hour later, some stuff just started to make sense. Like, she realized the text she sent me, I'm looking at it too. She did text me while I was here, but it wasn't that, because she didn't know. But other things started to make sense. Like, your water potty broke. We should probably go to the hospital. And then we drove to the hospital. But I consciously decided this burnout after doing Thank You for the Tragedies when I was forced into it.
Gotcha.
That's when I was forced into it.
That's crazy, because that gives a little bit more context, which probably would have stopped me from punching the wall at some point. But, we could talk for hours. I want to get into this last piece so we can close out.
Okay.
What's your favorite Cantrell open season video? We got a lot to pick from.
Dog,
Bro,
we done
that's-
so
that's-
many. And I wanted to get into that
we
too
could do-
early.
You got to answer too, though.
We could do a whole episode on
That's true.
like
Breaking down all the
Cantrell
videos.
and open season videos. Like we definitely got to
should
bring in
probably do
Jarrell
that.
for that conversation.
Yep.
We should probably do
Respectfully. Like it's just so many, bro. Like I'm gonna let you lead though. Damn. And I'm gonna follow up. Since you the
so
guest.
many.
Because I already know mine.
That's so many, man. Cause we did like 8 for Devil Never Even Lived.
Bro, we can do a greatest hits of just videos
Facts.
that we've done.
Y'all have at least 14 videos.
At the least.
greatest
That's on the
hits.
low side.
Of videos, guys. Like of videos. Not just music. Just videos.
My favorite. Damn. That is tough. You don't want to go first?
I can go first.
And we go this way?
I know what my favorite is.
What's your favorite?
You go ahead.
Yeah, he
No,
said he
go
want to
ahead,
go
bro.
last.
No, go ahead.
wanna-
Y'all the creators, bro. I was just there as an administrator.
Damn, I'm just trying not to take up too much time because it's
I got two.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna pick one IEP. So
that's funny.
I got two. So number one, I gotta go with Motown. For my favorite one, just because of what it meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I really betted on myself. I really put myself out there
Yeah.
and, you know, sacrifice. Like,
Yeah.
Taking off from, a real situation at a Fortune 100 company and being like, all right, I'm gonna go do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna figure out what this looks like.
that's the
and
only
now look at you
video.
now.
That's the only video in his whole catalog that I'm mad I wasn't there for.
That is crazy.
I mean, like getting drone shots, I'm shooting it. Like, bro, like for the people who don't understand, Motown is a video in a skating rink. I'm skating
Yeah.
and shooting.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know, probably 2 or 3 people who
Yeah.
can possibly do that.
That's
Shout out to Tony.
crazy.
Like, I'm talking about,
Like,
I'm
it's so many
skating
levels.
backwards, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not a skater, right? But I can skate,
Yeah.
right?
But to
And that's
shoot
2 different
and-
things.
Yeah.
So like to be able to do both at the same time,
That's
like,
crazy.
and I'm talking about, I got to go back to work in 2 or 3 days, like, and God,
And the video looks amazing.
the video looks great. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You know, shout out Jarrell for like editing that shit. But like, you know, a lot of that direction came from me. A lot of all of the shots came from me.
Yeah.
Bro, like
Yeah.
another thing too, like, you know, for the intro for that video, if y'all want to kind of like plug it right here below, like, you know, for that video for the intro,
Yeah.
I had to.
Oh, you did sound too?
I did sound too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the way I ran sound that day, bro, like I ran sound into like an XLR cable into like a wireless shotgun mic. Not wireless, it was wired.
Yeah.
So I went
But
to
you
a
had it,
shotgun
like-
mic and hung it right above where you guys was talking at
Yeah.
into another camera. And that's how I recorded sound that day.
This nigga crazy.
Like I ain't even have like another little like, you know, a H4n sound recorder or none of that shit. Like I just recorded it into another camera.
Yeah.
And that's how I got that. But just long story short, bro, like that video just means so much because I met David Luke that day.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was my first like real, like, you know, again, label video that I
Yeah.
had to send in like real paperwork for.
Yeah.
Like that shit was just different.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, them deliverables was crazy.
yeah, and just like going back to
Them niggas don't play about that.
bro, going back to like my corporate situation and like showing my managers and shit and just colleagues and
Wow.
shit, like what I had worked on and what
Yeah.
had came out. And like, again, like just their lack of enthusiasm just realized, it showed me that this is what the fuck I need to be doing.
Wow.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Just the y'all don't get it. I don't need to be around y'all.
Wow.
yeah, y'all don't get it.
Wow. What's the second one?
The second one, I'm gonna say understand. I'm gonna say understand, and I think that resonated with me so well because
It's tough.
was it like you created a character, right? You know what I'm saying? Just the conversation
Mike.
what you had,
Yeah.
right? So like just that whole, I resonated with that so well because like I just think of like my uncles that created me, right? Like
Yeah.
you know, and Trav can relate to this too. Like we come from a village of great men.
Yeah.
And I think about all of the great men that's came into my life and, you know, the motivational things that they'll say, like, you know what I'm saying, keep your head on straight, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, don't come down here and just be fucking around. Like, shit can go left, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Direct convo.
Like, direct shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just resonated with me so well, bro. Like, just, you know, just driving up to Kennesaw, going to school and shit like that. And
Yeah.
it's just like, them conversations just, like, stuck with me.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have those conversations, I don't know where I would be at.
Yeah.
So like just shooting that process of you being in the car and like, bro, like I don't even know if you remember that day, but like again, I'm in a 2001 Toyota.
That's another
Sequoia.
reshoot, ain't it?
Yeah, I think so. I want to say that was a reshoot, but like, bro, like we had got your homie's trailer and we put like, you know what I'm saying, like cheap, you know, cheap process trailer, right? So like we got your
Put the
car
whip on it, yeah.
on the trailer and we towing it with my truck.
Yep.
So we just going around the neighborhood in Albany.
Yep.
And people just outside with their phones, bro, like, damn, like, what the hell going on?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And this is how we getting these shots.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, doing that whole process myself with Jarrell.
Yeah.
And we just made it make sense. And just like the visuals we was able to create from
Yeah,
that.
man.
In tandem with the story that was told, bro. Like,
Yeah.
top
Wow.
two. Top two.
Whether you know it or not, I'm putting a documentary on the studio YouTube.
What documentary?
The whole collage of the videos.
They on my YouTube.
I know that. I'm saying I'm gonna steal it.
I'm gonna go a different route. I would More Time was one of the first things that popped in my head, but I'm gonna go a different route. I'm gonna say one bird's eye view because I feel like it speaks to the leaders we've been with visuals, especially with artists in Atlanta. Because a lot of artists, there's a lot of music coming out of Atlanta, so it's just by nature, right? But I think that speaks to the leadership and a lot of stuff that we was doing first. You know what I'm saying? That people are doing now. And it's not like they ain't giving credit. They are in my DM saying, "Yo, we appreciate you seeing us."
Yeah.
And I'm like, on the real, I'm like, shit, y'all don't even know. I want to be where y'all at right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna work
right.
back to it, right?
Right.
So I think that one, just because I think it speaks to the foresight that we've had, and just maybe it's innate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just us coming together and testament to this space. You know what I'm saying? Like just passing one thing down, and then this damn brain doing what it did for y'all to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's a testament to all of that to
Yeah.
me. I don't even think we shot any of it in here, but to me it's a testament to that, right?
That was a crazy day too.
Yeah, it was. I was on the roof.
Like y'all,
I was really on the
y'all
roof.
shooting from the top of
Bro,
the parking garage.
Bro, we in the parking
very
with a
lot.
top.
reflector 100 yards out. Like
Bro, like people really think we're gonna do a drive-by that day, bro. We in the parking lot at the Tabernacle.
Yeah,
we
they was
got
looking back
we
like-
got the van door open, bro, with the camera, and there's 3 niggas in the back.
And a
They
gun.
like,
And a gun.
that's crazy.
I got the camera like this,
That's
and they
funny.
think like, God damn, this nigga he got an AR or some
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Then
you
it
know what I'm
started
saying?
raining. Like
It was crazy.
Then we
Yeah.
had to push the truck. Like
Yeah.
it's so many
It
shots.
was a
in
lot.
that-
So
in that
fun
video.
too. He got in the driver's side.
Yeah,
So
and
people
turn
don't know
around.
he's the driver doing, being the driver, and he was selling it too. He's acting his ass off.
Yeah.
And I say
Whatever
my
it
second
take.
one is probably No, It's Wrong. I feel like just from what we was talking about earlier,
Right.
it's a great marker in time for us three, I believe.
Calculation.
And that was me and you spent a lot more time together,
Bro,
On that,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? On
we
that,
did, we
and
did.
because we had to go back and do some
Yeah.
reshoots too. So
Yeah.
we spent a lot of time together. So I think we were getting closer. So it's a marker for a lot. And I think just selfishly, it's like me looking back, fighting imposter syndrome. Looking back, I'm like, no, you know what? If I, with the right things, my mind can do a lot.
Yeah.
You know, just and with how I respect y'all work, y'all trusted me with this idea I had. You know what I mean? To, I guess, unofficially creative direct it. So it's like, to me, looking back, when I wonder if I'm good enough in that space too. It's like, nah, you got some chops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for me, it does something for me. So them the two. One that just speaks overall, and one
Yeah.
that kind of helps me when I try to remember.
I think for me, No It's Wrong is an honorable mention for me too, because I feel like that's the first night we really met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was.
That night.
Yep.
Because you came in like the very end,
At the very end, and
Yeah.
we were
pulled
just
up,
sitting in there.
and then we talked in the
living room.
kitchen, in my kitchen, for like probably like an
Crazy.
hour or 2 hours.
That's
and
true, because me and Felicia were still
Yeah.
outside. We was outside talking.
Shout out Jay Newton too, you know what I'm saying? He was on that too.
Yep, that's
Jay
a
Newton
fact.
was there?
Jay,
Yeah.
Newton was in that
He was
video.
the other
I don't even remember.
he was the other love interest.
I don't even
Bro,
remember.
I remember all that shit.
Yeah.
I remember that whole day.
That's my
crazy.
dog.
I didn't know that.
I remember
Shout out to
how
J-Lo.
cold it felt. I remember all
It was
that.
brick.
It was cold as hell that
It
night.
was cold.
Bro, and I remember like you telling them to sit at the table and just talk
Yeah.
while we shooting. And
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Bro, I
that was
remember
great.
like, bro, not only were we shooting that video, we was on the phone for like another video for some separate shit. And that video never happened, but anyway, like I remember just being locked in on shooting this.
Yeah.
Jarrell wanted to get these car scenes, bro.
Yeah.
And Jarrell's inside the car, right?
Yeah.
And he don't really realize how cold it is outside. I'm outside the car with the camera getting the
Yeah.
shot that he needed. Bro, it's probably, just for y'all know, just so y'all know, it's like probably 20-something degrees outside. Like it's like, in
brick.
real life, it's like real cold.
Yeah.
Windy and rainy and wet.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like cold,
drizzle,
cold. Like,
man.
yeah, y'all ever been so cold to where like you holding the camera, you can't really feel your fingers? That's how cold it was. So I can't even feel the camera for real. So I can't even operate. But like, I'm just making that shit make sense.
Yeah.
So I would say like, yeah, Noah's Wrong is definitely an honorable mention.
Noah's Wrong is my honorable mention because that's the first collective of everything for real. But my favorite is Last Words.
Okay.
Last Words.
Okay.
Beware. Is it Last Words? What's the last? Yeah, that's the last one.
Kiss of Judas?
Kiss of Judas.
Yeah.
Kiss of Judas.
Kiss of Judas.
But it's Kiss of Judas' Last Words, right?
Yeah, but we didn't
Yeah.
film for Last Words. I did the credits.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
The reason why that one is, number one, I feel like out of all the videos except on that project, with the exception of probably Hear Me Now, that had the most elements. Cause we had we in here now, we Caleb dressed out this room and made it look like the interview room.
Yeah.
We had the extras, we had the models, we had, and it was hot.
Yeah.
And then like trying to go through, you know, sending money to Jordan to get extra props from Caps last minute. Me, like it was so much. And that was the first project that I felt like I had creative input on like what the final product looked like.
Yeah.
And not knowing how
We had Don King.
how tough
Shout
that
out to
was.
Steve-O.
Shout out to
Man,
Steve-O.
shout out Steve-O, bro. Like he played
Shout
a
out to
phenomenal role.
Jay Deco.
Yep.
God rest his soul.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
was,
God rest his soul,
was
bro.
in the-
Like, yeah,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? So, just to highlight him for a second, bro. Like, just shout out him just playing that boxing role, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And phenomenal artist in his own right. Phenomenal actor. I actually cast him for a couple videos.
Wow.
It's sad to see, you know, another one of our black brothers just get killed.
Yeah.
You know, due to, you know, just violence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know,
Rest
shout
in
out to
power.
him.
He's a
Rest
really
in power,
galvanizer too for his people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody looked at him like, you know, too early, too soon, gone too soon.
Yeah.
But I think that's the first time I realized how hard this was.
Yeah.
You know, as a collective, like scheduling, getting everybody, like every piece of that.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that those ideas was born in the studio when we recording this project, me and Steve in the studio, and I called Caleb, I like, bro, I want to say like, I got your, I said something like real big, like I got your Oscar project or your Tony project. I said something like that. And I'm like,
They were gonna sell it.
and he was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Before I even told her what it was. So
Yeah.
now we going through, hey man, we want to do all these reenactments and all of this. And it just was, and that's the opening of the studio. That's the first thing we did in the studio. It's
true.
gonna always be the first thing we did in
true.
the studio. But it also was the end of that video run.
Yeah. It kept building up too.
And I was like, let's just get this shit finished. like at that point, I was like, let's just get this shit finished.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it opened my mind so much to what was possible.
Yeah.
Because we did what, 5 videos, 6 videos
5.
for $20,000 with
I'm gonna say even less than that, bro. Like
maximum $20,000.
yeah, let's just say max 20K. Yeah,
Between that and paying for like the early fee to get in.
And they got to keep in mind all the props. It's a whole lot of stuff going.
like-
We flew Dope Man.
Dope Man came in. Shout out to
Shout
Dope
out
Man.
Dope Man.
Yes,
We
sir.
did a boxing thing with grip. Like
Shout out to Grip.
It was
Jesus.
so much.
That was a
into
lot.
that.
bro. We had a whole civil rights protest for that video.
That's
though,
a
man.
fact.
Like right
That's
back
a
out
fact.
here in this
Shout
alley.
out to Douglasville Boxing. They let us use the
Douglasville
gym.
boxing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I
Like-
think also,
But we did a lot, bro.
That's
Like-
also probably one of my favorite verses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I think
like
that's
that
the
one too.
first, and as much as I love art, I love conflict art. I think that's the first time he just let out frustration.
right.
Yeah.
Like, no holds barred frustration.
Yeah.
And so to tie all of that in, and for it to look as great as it looked,
Yeah.
like, it looked like Caleb shot that shit in the 70s.
That's
and
another one.
Like,
That run of videos is another one that I think people look to and say, yeah, we like, you know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are referencing our work.
Bro.
Not in the bad way, like in the best, you know what I'm
like,
saying? In the best,
you
most
know,
honorable way.
You know, imitation is flattery. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. You know, I
I'm not gonna lie,
appreciate
I'm
it.
gonna go repost some clips. But that just showed me, bro. Number one, I think that's the first time I stopped having imposter syndrome in this space. Like I felt like, I know it's wrong. All these other I didn't know video. I didn't know this world.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I might not know how to actually get to the end of the finish line, but I know my ideas are valuable enough for somebody as dope as you, somebody as dope as Caleb to bring them to life.
Yeah.
And that was like completion, like, whoo, shit. But it just opened the world. It opened the world up for us. And, you know, that kicked in the door. And I know we have so many different chapters of this studio already.
In such a short span of time.
And just chapters of your career and me aligned to your career. But before we get out of here, I want to say on camera, bro, like you helped me get to my dream. Like nobody.
Damn.
I've never had somebody believe in my ability to do something before I did it. Like I didn't work in this world. So, you know, we have these moments of who's right, who's wrong, who's doing what, who's doing this, who's not doing this. And that just comes with the nature of working, right? But I've never had nobody, I've always been a person who had to overprove. I had never managed an artist. I had never ran a studio. I didn't grow up in these creative circles. Like I just was a creative person. So I never had nobody believe in me enough to help me get to something that I had been trying to get to my whole life before I did it. So if we never sell another record, if we never make another video, if we never make another dollar, if we never do nothing business-wise together ever again, you helped me get to my dream. And that means more to me than anything. And I needed to say that to you because we talk about giving flowers, we talk about so much. But we either, when it's time to do it for real, we either do it in private or we do it, but we know we don't give you the flowers in front of the people that we said the frustration about.
Right.
So yes, it's been frustrating to do what we've done, but I needed to tell you that in front of everybody that I don't care what happens. Wherever I go, if you want to go, we going. Wherever you go, if you want me to go, we going, because you helped me get to my dream. You helped me leave a 7-figure job and find enough confidence in my ability to do something before I ever believed it. You could have hired anybody. You would sign the Nas. So, thank you.
Thank you.
And I love you.
I love you, bro. Can I hug you, man?
Yeah.
I had to ask. Consent.
Yeah, we love you, dog.
Love you, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I'm never crying on this show again. That's it.
Oh, man. So, man, on that note, you know, I feel like this is a part one. Steve, we're gonna bring you back for some more conversations. We really just scratching the surface. We just scratching the surface.
Ain't doing this
man.
shit no more.
This is fun.
We just scratching the
This is
surface,
fun.
man. Like it's gonna be more to come. We got Steve again, an amazing guest, an amazing artist, an amazing creative, who's I can't even find a word, man. He's the foundation of a lot of great things, not only in this space, but just life in general, just life, you know? So we appreciate that. I'm looking forward to everything that you do.
Yeah,
Moving forward, bro. We rocking with you forever, bro.
Yeah, man. Same.
Life for life.
Same, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Like, that's the type of impact you had on me, too.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
we appreciate that. Again, this is Change Agents. My name is Caleb.
I'm Trav.
This is the change.
I'm out this bitch.
All right, we out, guys. Let's do it.